So here is the square that I'll be working on, and I'm calling this Peggy's Popcorn Granny Square, and it's named after my beautiful mom, Peggy. I am going to be using this Lion Brand Comfy Cotton blend, and oh my gosh, it is so soft. Unfortunately, it's a little pricey. It was $6.88 for this one roll. And just to let you know, this says that the recommended hook size is a size, oh my gosh, it's so small, size J. There it is right there. But I am going to be using a size H hook, and it's just my preference, but you can use whatever you want. And this has 392 yards in it. This was a project that I was working on, and it's called the orange peel stitch, which I really like, but I am going to unwind this because I didn't keep the edges straight, as you can see. So I will be doing this in another project, but unfortunately, this has to be unwound, and sometimes that happens. So I'm gonna use this for Peggy's Popcorn Granny Square. So I'll be right back as soon as I unwind this. Okay, so let's get started on this. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a magic circle. So that's just wrapping your yarn around your hand like this with the tail hanging in the palm of your hand. Then you're going to go underneath and grab the top strand. Then you kind of just let everything else fall. And then you're just going to tighten that up, and then you're going to chain 3. Okay, then you pull this magic circle. You can unwind that a little bit and just make it a little bit smaller so that you can hold on to it. Then you're going to make 5 double crochet popcorns. So 5 double crochet popcorns in the same stitch, and don't count the chain 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 double crochets, and you're just going to go into the top of this first double crochet, not in the top of the chain 3, but the double crochet, and you're going to put it through there, put your yarn on the hook, and pull through, and you made your first popcorn. Then you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to go into your little circle, and you're going to do this 7 more times. So you're going to make 5 double crochet popcorns. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you pull up your loop right there, and you go back to this first double crochet, and you're going to put it underneath these 2 strands. You're going to loop your hook, your yarn over your hook, and you're going to pull through. Chain 1. So you're going to do that a total of 8 times. So I have 2 here. So just do 6 more into this magic circle, and then I will meet you for row 2. I'm on the last popcorn of 8. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 1 more double crochet to do. Okay, I'm going to take my hook out. I'm going to put it in that first one, bring it through, chain 1. Then you're just going to go into, okay, so this is the first one where you had a chain 3. So you're just going to go into the top area right here, and you're just going to slip stitch. And then that way they'll all look even. Now, if I didn't put that chain 3 there, it would turn out skinnier, this popcorn right here. So for some reason, that was always my issue. So I'm trying to take care of that. So then you just pull the center tightly, just like that. And then you can weave in that end later. You're going to slip stitch into this chain 1 space. So between each popcorn is a chain 1 space. You're going to slip stitch right into that corner. So you're going to chain 3, double crochet 2 times, chain 2, 1, 2, and then in that same chain 1 space, you're going to do 3 more double crochets, because what we're doing is we're making a corner. So we need to make 4 corners, just like that. So this is going to be considered our corner. Then you're going to chain 1. You're going to do 3 double crochets in between the popcorns in that chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3, chain 1. We're making another corner, and you got to find this chain 1 space right here. You go in there and you're going to do 3 double crochets, and then you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, here comes all my yarn, sneaking in the video. And then you're going to do 3 more double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and you open up this popcorn and you're going to do 3 double crochets. Here comes my yarn. Hold on one second, it's getting all tangly. Okay, it will probably end up coming back. So you're going to do the 3 double crochets right in there, chain 1, and then we're on our next corner. So again, you're going to go between the popcorns. You're going to do 3 double crochets, 2 chains, and 3 double crochets. 2 chains, 3 double crochets. My yarn, that cracks me up. It just keeps coming in the picture. Just keep going around, and then I will see you when we get back here to join. So I am back to the last stitch. Don't forget to chain 1, and then you're going to go slip stitch into the top of your chain 3. So right there, you're going to slip stitch. Then what I want you to do is slip stitch to the corner. Okay, so how you're going to do that is you're going to go underneath right here with 1, and go under the next one with a slip stitch, then you slip stitch into the corner. Now I just want to show you this because this is super important. So I have my chain 1 here and I slip stitched. Now you need to have 3 slip stitches. You have to have a slip stitch on each one of these double crochets. Let me zoom in. I want to show you right here, this is really important. So I have my chain 1, and then I slip stitched 3 times, and then number 4 was into the corner. So you need to have on top of each of these double crochets a slip stitch. So there's 1, 2, 3, and this one goes into the corner. So it's super important because when you come back around and you have to slip stitch into each, when you have to do some sort of a stitch into these double crochets at the top, you need those 3 spaces. And sometimes if you slip stitch into the corner, you might lose one of those, and then it will throw the whole thing off. And I know that probably sounds a little confusing, but trust me on this. You're gonna need to have 3 on top of the stitch, okay? We're gonna do popcorn stitches in each of these corners. So let me show you this. This is what we're doing right here. So we're going to be making the popcorns. And so we've already done this row, we've done this row, and now we're working on this row. For this corner, we're going to put a popcorn in there. 1, 2, 3. Remember, we don't count that first chain 3 when we're doing the popcorns, okay? So we want to do 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And of course we pull out the hook, and don't count this chain 3, but go into the top of that first double crochet, pull through, And in the corners, we're going to chain 2. And kind of push that aside, and we're going to do another popcorn of the double crochet 5, or 5 double crochets, whatever you want to say. So there's 3, 4, 5. Go in the top, pull through, and then what we're going to have is this area right here. So here what we're going to do is we have 3 double crochets, 3 double crochets, and 3 double crochets. Of course, this is going to be your corner. So for these in the middle, we're going to have 9 double crochets on top with a double crochet in between here. So that will give us 11 double crochets. So that how you're going to do that is you're going to yarn over. You're not going to chain, don't chain 1 here. And then you're going to make sure that you pull this away right here and expose the stitch that goes right above this double crochet. Can you see that? Let me zoom in just a little. Okay, so you want to make sure that you get this double crochet, and it's right here and it's kind of hidden, so you have to pop that out. So you're going to do 1, 2, 3 double crochets, 1 on each double crochet. Then in this chain 1 space, you're going to do another double crochet just right through there. And then you're going to have 3 more here, so make sure you get this one because those are a little tricky when they're hidden. 1, oops, I'm out of the camera, sorry. 2, 3. Now this next one is a chain 1 space. You're going to yarn over and you're going to go in that chain 1 space. And then see you have 3 here. So you're going to make sure that you go into all 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Where's that third one? Right here. And then you're going to do another popcorn corner. And then you don't chain 1 here, but you're going to just do your popcorn and then chain 2 and then another popcorn. 1, 2. And remember, you have 11 stitches between the popcorns. So I'll meet you when you get to the end. Okay, so I'm coming up to the end over here. Now the reason that I told you, remember in the very beginning when we did this, I told you to slip stitch and make sure you had 3 stitches left so you can go into those stitches. This is why it's so important, because you need 11 stitches here, and if you miss this, you're gonna have only 10. So I am going into my last open chain 1 space right there, and then now I have 3 to go into, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to go under here, and these are going to be a little tougher to get in just because it is a slip stitch and they tend to be a little tighter. So just go ahead and try to work your way under there and do your, whoops, come back here. There we go. Do your double crochets in the top of all of those 3. So if you're like me and you tend to crochet a little tight, it's going to be a little difficult, but you can do it. Whoops, that's not the right one. Okay, just make sure you can go underneath the 2 strands and then do your double crochet. Of course, this yarn is a little bit tricky because it's cotton, so there we go. Okay, so you have 2, and then you have 1 more. So you have to get it into this strand right here. There it is. Just like that. Yay, we did it. Okay, and then what you do here, because you have the popcorn, you're going to slip stitch into this space under here. Just like that. And then you have your row 3, and you can kind of, you know, fluff it out a little bit because it looks a little bit baggy and saggy at this point, but it will get better once you do, you know, once you finish it. So we have 1, 2, 3 rows. We're gonna move on to row 4. For row 4, you're going to slip stitch into that chain 2 space for the corner. And then you're going to chain 3, make 2 double crochets, 1, 2. You're going to chain 2 and do 3 double crochets into that same corner. And so there is your corner. You're going to skip 1 double crochet right here. Okay, so you kind of have to open that up and you're going to find your double crochet. You're going to skip that double crochet. You're going to back post, chain 1 in every other stitch. Okay, so skip 1, yarn over. You're going to insert your hook from the back to the front, and you're going to go over that double crochet, and you're going to do a double crochet. Then we're going to chain 1. We're going to do that again. We're going to yarn over. We're going to skip this double crochet. We're going to go into this next one with the back post double crochet, push it to the back, yarn over, make a double crochet, chain 1, yarn over, skip this double crochet, go into the next one, front or back to front, push it through, and do your back post double crochet. So this is what it should look like. It should have these little chain 1 spaces in between, and then you're going to do that across. So chain 1, yarn over, skip 1, go into the next one, push it up and through, and then back around, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through, chain 1. Okay. And then you're going to do that again, yarn over, skip 1, push through, double crochet. You're not going to chain 1 right here, but see, this is your last double crochet. Like we skipped this first one over here, you're going to skip the last one. So then you're going to find your chain 2 corner. You're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets into the corner. There's 2, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. I meant 3 double crochets, sorry about that. Okay, so I'm just going to take my hook out for a second. I just want to show you. So this is what it looks like. And then you're going to go ahead and do that all the way around, and when you get to the beginning, I'll show you the next round. So I'm at the last stitch right here. So what you're going to do is these 3 stitches belong to these 3 stitches. You have a chain 3 that looks like it belongs here, but it doesn't. That was part of that first popcorn where I said you don't have to count it. So just make sure after you've done your back post, which goes here, you skip this stitch, don't chain 1, and you're going to do a slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 right there. So that connects it. Then I want you to slip stitch again underneath all of these stitches right here to the corner. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, and then this one goes to the corner. Okay, so 3 slip stitches on top of each one of those chain or those double crochets. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, because we always want to start in a corner, it's just easier. So for these corners, again, you're going to do popcorn stitches. So you already know how to do the popcorn, so you're just going to do exactly like this. You're going to do a 5 double crochet popcorn, 2 of them, with the chain 2 in between in every corner. So go ahead and do that. So 1, 2, 3, you're always going to start with the chain 3. Remember, don't count that one as your popcorn. And they're going to do 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, I only have 4. 5. Popcorn. Chain 2. My dog's barking if you can hear him. Sorry about that. 1, 2. He probably sees a squirrel. 3, 4, 5. And his name is Derek, and he actually matches this. He's very white. He's a good doggy. Okay, so you're gonna make the corner popcorns. Now for this next area, what you're gonna do, you're gonna double crochet in the 3 double crochets between the corners and in each space in between, okay? Let me just show you this one. And okay, so for this next row, it's gonna look like this. So we want it to have 3 double crochets, and we didn't do a chain 1 there, remember? So you do a double crochet on the double crochet, a double crochet in each space, and then the double crochet, and then another one in the space, another one in the double crochet, and you do that all the way across. So no space, no chain 1 in between. So you're gonna, remember, kind of pull that apart and find where that goes into that top of that double crochet right there. And then you're gonna do a double crochet in those 3. Then you're going to do a double crochet right here into that double crochet. Remember, there was no space here, but now you're going to be double crocheting in the spaces, the chain 1 spaces, and in the top of the double crochets. So make sure that you do that all the way across. And then when you get to the corners, just do your popcorn stitch. And then I'll meet you when we get back to this popcorn. I am at the end of this last round, and I just want to make sure that you have 15 double crochets between the popcorns. Okay, so that's how many you should have, and this is where I slip stitched. Again, it's a little tough, but this time I did it a little looser, which maybe you'll do that same thing because it is kind of hard to get under there if you do have tight tension. So I'm just finishing up with my last few stitches right there. And I have 1 more to go in right here. So at this point, I just want you to go ahead and count between the popcorns. So don't count your popcorn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you should have 15. And then right here, what you're going to do is you're going to slip stitch to the top of your popcorn right behind it. So there is row 5. And you can straighten this out afterwards. It should be fine. So just let me show you. So just, you can stretch it out to make it a little bit more square. Okay, looking good. So let's go ahead and finish. We have 2 rows left. This is row 6. I just want you to slip stitch to the corner, and then you're going to do, this is what we're doing right here. We're going to do this row right there. So every other row is a popcorn stitch. So this is popcorn, then just regular popcorn, regular popcorn, regular. So we're just going to go ahead and chain 3. You're going to do your 2 sets of 3 double crochets, and your chain does count when you're doing it this way. Chain 2, and you do 3 more double crochets in the corner, just like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to back post double crochet in each stitch across. Okay, so every stitch you're going to be doing a back post. So down here you did every other, and this one you're going to do every stitch. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Remember, move your popcorn stitch out of the way, yarn over. You're going to go in and through the back like that, and you're going to do a back post all the way across on each and every double crochet. So again, you're going under and back. Double crochet. So hopefully you know how to do this. I probably went a little fast, but I'll do it slowly for you just on this round. Probably a little better late than never, right? So you yarn over and you're just going in between that space, and you're gonna be going into the space right next to it, pushing it to the back, yarning over, pulling through a double crochet. Okay, so you're just gonna go all the way to the end. So when I get to this corner, I'll show you what to do for the popcorn stitch. You're still gonna have 15 of the back post crochets because you had 15 stitches down here. So it should work out the same. Then you're going to do the same thing in your corner that you do on all the corners, and then just continue around, and I'll meet you at the beginning. Okay, and this is totally optional to do the last round if you want. You don't have to do it, but if you want to finish off your granny square like this, you'll need to do it. And this is just a single crochet all the way around with 3 singles in each corner. So that's pretty easy. And this I just wanted to show you too. This one I used a size G crochet hook, and this one I used a size H crochet hook. So it is a little bit bigger than the other. So this gives you more of a loose feel, and this one's just a little bit tighter of a weave. So I kind of prefer the larger hook. I think it makes for a real nice soft blanket, but they both look gorgeous. So if you want to use any size hook, you're more than welcome. And to do this last round, just go ahead and slip stitch into the corner. You're going to chain 1 and you're going to do 3 single crochets, just like that. And then in each stitch around, you're just going to do a single crochet. So that's how you finish it off. If you don't want to do that, like I said, it's totally optional. And just go all the way around and then just do just do a slip stitch to join. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know if you make some, because I think it would be really fun to know how many people are actually enjoying making the Peggy's Popcorn Granny Square in honor of my mom. And I think it's beautiful. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Bye.